Let's make a homemade beef Wellington. Today we're using the cheapest ribeye I could find. I'm going to use my hand because I'm a big dog and beat my meat until it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. Once it's 1/4 of an inch thick, we're going to set that aside and we're going to cut up our mushrooms. We're going to cut these up as small as possible. I use 2 knives because I am a samurai. And then we're going to saute these mushrooms down, get all the moisture out. We're going to season them with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And right before we're done sauteing these mushrooms, we're going to add a clove of garlic. Once our mushrooms are finished, we're going to set that aside and get our beef ready. We're going to layer our beef down, season it with a little bit of salt on both sides. On the outer layer, I'm going to put a barbecue seasoning. And we're going to flip it over and put our mushrooms in. Make sure it's nice and even before we roll up our beef. We're going to roll it up and secure it with a piece of tin foil since I did not have any twine. Keep all of our mushrooms in while we smoke this at 300 degrees for about 21 to 24 minutes until the internal temperature reaches about 105 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Once our beef's done, we're going to assemble our beef Wellington. We're going to start with our puff pastry along with a layer of smoked provolone cheese, followed by another layer of prosciutto, and then finally our beef. We're going to go ahead and roll this up, get it nice and secured before we put it onto a baking sheet. Once on the baking sheet, we're going to add our egg wash before we put it into the oven at 400 degrees for about 25 minutes. Afterwards, we let it rest for about 15 minutes before we cut it open and enjoy our budget beef Wellington. And that, my friends, is how you make a homemade beef Wellington.